One of the questions explored among Bible studies is the subject of what the word Bible means. The books or the scrolls is more or less the synthesis of the class. Today I want to paint a much richer picture by looking at the meaning created by the syllables. This is important because the first syllable of the Bible tells us that the Bible is two things. It is by. In this case, by means that it is a physical document and a metaphysical change agent. I want you to consider for a moment that this book and our experiences in this incarnation are not altogether dissimilar to the game Jumanji. The dice were rolled in the apocalypse, ending our immortal existence, and the Bible captures the arc of humanity's consciousness from the Old Testament to the New Testament, birthing our consciousness from a P-doped world to an N-doped world, taking us from the dream world to the real world.
Derek over at Mythvision Podcasts covered this transition of consciousness in his recent piece on the origins of the Garden of Eden story from the Bible. He points to the Canaan mythology. The Tree of Life is a pre-apocalypse Earth. We lived immortal in a dream. The post-apocalypse is the Tree of Death. We no longer survive. We die and we reincarnate.
The most direct evidence for the borrowed nature of the Eden story comes from Canaan itself, the very region where ancient Israel emerged. Scholars Mario Kurpel and Johannes de Moor analyzed clay tablets from Ugarit, revealing a stunning Canaanite myth that prefigures Genesis. Based on their interpretation of a clay tablet from Ugarit, they propose Canaanite myth where the first sinner was the evil god Horon, who transformed the tree of life into a tree of death. Adam, or Adamu, a divine being sent to restore life, fails after being bitten by a serpent, leading to the loss of immortality for him and his wife.
Taking us from the dream world to the real world. Not just the real world we see today, but a royal world. And in that royal world, what is royal is what is real. The word Bible is Latin and represents the language used by the Catholic Church to keep anyone from reading the document themselves. This is an example of royal being real. Only the royal could read it, and whatever they said it said was the final word. Now that Latin word Bible comes to us from the Greek word biblia, and so we're going to look at both words. Bi is a familiar syllable, and we use it regularly in words like bicycle, bilingual, binary, bifocal. Bi in this context is never the thing we are talking about. Instead, it is prefacing the thing that comes next and telling us that it has two elements. Bi is telling us that the Bible is fundamentally two things. Just as you say bifocal, two focuses, the Bible is a bibli or a biblia, tubli or tublia. If you doubt the Bible has dual elements, I would remind you that the Bible has an Old Testament and a New Testament. It is a Father and a Son. It is a Genesis and it has an Exodus. It is the epitome of a living document, and yet it was written on dead papyrus. Bi represents the twin elements of this document. We can also consider the first syllable to be bib, as in biblia. In the Latin context, bib means to drink heartily, and in this case, it is an encoded way of saying drink heartily of this document, which again is a bi document. You can drink from it two ways, both by reading it,
or you can absorb it by imbibing it.
BLE is common to us in suffixes like able and more specifically ible, which indicates that something has a capacity or an ability. It can also mean to shine. Accessible, for example, means to give access. So ible of Bible indicates that it has capacity in two ways. Once again, as a physical document, and it has capacity as a metaphysical change agent. Similarly, Leah of Blia has a few ways to be considered, because in different languages it has different meanings, even though many of them relate to the Proto-Indo-European language. Ambonese Malay uses to see, look at, or watch, and repeats the BLE of the Bible in the meaning to shine. The Irish use Leah to mean stone pillar, and we've all heard someone say how we are going to build our church on the rock of salvation. Rocks and standing stones are a regular theme in the Bible. But my favorite is Swahili, where Leah means to eat with, for, or at. And in this case, the Bible allows you to eat with, for, and at God. Bib is the wine, and Leah is the bread. And the New Testament is all about the body and the blood, and it has been encoded in the name itself. We get a much richer description than just the books or the scrolls. The Bible is two things, and through its papyrus, it feeds you and provides you something hearty to drink, to gain or give you access to the capacity to shine. It is both a physical document and it is a metaphysical change agent. This metaphysical change agent and much more will be discussed in the next installment of this series. Leave me your thoughts in the comments down below, and peace out, everyone.